a no ball. If you bowl a no ball, you'll have to be, so it got to that stage. So I can understand, what was going through Kohli's mind when he realized that he had bowled a no ball and got an early edge.
Yeah, that one sort of changed the game. But just to look ahead, if we may now, to we know what India's batting is about at the top order. They've not been put under that pressure middle order down, particularly in this Champions Trophy, except on one occasion. And with all of that in mind too, this Pakistan attack has grown as the tournament's gone on.
Yes, and they have a variety of bowlers too, you see. And the point is, India, in their run chase now, will have to think of the run rate. If they fall behind the run rate and get to something like 8 or 9, they'll have to play shots. And if you're playing shots here and you have bowlers of that quality, you could run into trouble. And not only that, we have the Indian middle order haven't really had a good run out for a while. So there too, they might be a little rusty.
And I just think, again, the first 10 overs here in the power play will probably be key to this, because you say that is where, if Pakistan can stay sharp, get in a first, frustrate this Indian opening batting pair. You don't want too many. We've seen it's such a quick, fast scoring ground here once you get in, but you've got to get yourself in.
Yes, and it's one of these pitches. It looks like once you're in, it's going to be very difficult to dislodge you. And I think, I agree with you, the first 10 overs will be very important in this game. And if they don't lose any wickets.
Absolutely. Sir Clive Lloyd alongside us, top team here as always for TalkSport. Then on this final, the Champions Trophy here at the Oval, it's really hot outside and the heat is most definitely on for India for the first time in some time.
Dhoni takes the catch and Fakar's edged behind. Just looking at the no ball. Oh! Is it a no ball? It's a no ball. Here comes the free hit after that no ball. Down the leg side. And there is no run taken.
He could do my lottery numbers this week, that lad.
Ashwin comes in from the pavilion end, bowls, and pushes it through mid-wicket, immediately calls it. There's a brilliant piece of fielding here, and there's going to be a run out. Which one's gone? He's out, and I'm afraid it's Azhar who's got to go. And the first wicket is a run out.
Swept round the corner by Fakar. He's going to go to the boundary. It is. He's brought up his 100 with a sweep. And what 100 from this Fakhar Zaman.
He'll be absolutely made up, this kid. 100 from 92, 12 fours, 2 sixes.
Ashwin to bowl to Fakhar, who slogs it to cow corner. 6 runs over the groundsman's hut. And Fakhar moves to 112. From the Vauxhall then, running away from us with Fakhar waiting. Steps outside the line and looks up, hoiks it in the air. It could be out. There's a fielder underneath it. Brilliant catch. Superbly caught by Ravindra Jadeja. And that is the end of a sensational knock by Fakhar Zaman.
Kumar is in again, and a little step towards the leg side by Malik. He's skied this and it's been caught.
I think Pakistan have got to be looking at the 3-4-7. India will come out and chase anything that Pakistan throw at them.
This is up in the air. Long off might come under play. Yes, he does. Caught Yuvraj Singh. Ball Kedar Jadhav. He's got the wicket India wanted. This time smashed down the ground. And it's cleared the boundary. Straight into the TV cameraman. Backward point. Third man up in the circle. Bhuvneshwar Kumar bowls to Imad Wasim. He's cut it. It was short delivery. He was wide. He's, cut it with a high bat. Brilliant Pakistan innings. The highest total batting in this tournament. 338 for 4 from 50 overs. India have a task at hand.
The ICC Champions Trophy 2017.
Bowled him! In comes Moeen Ali again. He pokes it out. He wants the single this time and he'll get it. Tamim Iqbal raises his bat, takes off the helmet, and the Bangladeshi supporters away to our left and to our right. They're all round the stadium here at the Oval.
Cummins runs in and bowls. He backs away, does Ronke, and he goes for a massive shot that's gone over the head of third man into the crowd for 6 runs.
There's Rabada again round the wicket. Oh, beautifully played. Get your arms up, got a goal.
Question for Bangladesh, where the wicket's coming from. Hale's taking the aerial route all the way to the fence this time. 6 runs Second six for Hales. He's moved into 95.
And it's certainly working right at the moment, and this is full outside off on a back foot cover drive from Steve Smith. There's no point chasing that if you're the fielder. Give up. The minute it went anywhere near that zone, he was going to punch that for 4.
Goes up in the air, clears the fielder at mid-on. In fact, clears the boundary itself. It's 6 from David Miller. He's starting to tee off. First 6 for him. He's moved on to 12. The score is 211 for 3.
Here's Milne again. Fuller one this time. Hit back to the bowler, stick inside edge onto the pad, just bobs right up to the bowler, and he's grabbed hold of that one. And 53 for 3 now, Australia.
Takes the aerial route, shout of catch it, and he's taken in the deep. Fuller delivery on the off stump. Took the aerial route. The fielder at deep point had some work to do, made up ground quickly, and took a catch.
He's edged it high up in the air. Josh Butler's after it, and he's caught him. And that brings to an end a terrific innings from Tamim Iqbal. Caught by Butler off the bowling of Plunkett, trying to hook it over the top.
Ball again by Stark, and again driven down the ground by Guptill. All the way for another beautiful straight four.
This time in the air, but past the fielder at backward point. Got the elevation there and smashed it away. Bit of width, and just smashed it away for a boundary. That's a 6th boundary for du Plessis.
And Moeen Ali is going to bowl again from the Vauxhall end. He's bowled 7 for 32 so far. Then he comes to bowl to Tamim, who goes big and long, over long on, and 6 runs to Tamim. Easy as you like.
Yeah, last ball of the over, Cummins, and this time Ronke has gone straight down the ground, over the bowler's head, and into the stand at the pavilion end, and that was a beautiful lofted straight drive.
Tahir in once again, big appeal for leg before wicket, up goes the finger. Imran Tahir's off, he's gone, he's heading towards the pavilion. The punch of the air in celebration. There might still be a review.
As Mustafizo comes into bowl to Owen Morgan, and he's picked that up beautifully. It might be caught on the boundary. No, it's over the top of the fielder. It's 6 runs, over pitched a little, and Morgan picked it up and strokes it with minimum of effort.
They need 200 altogether, and this is it. Short mid wicket. He's tipped it up, and he was never happy. Aaron Finch out there. He could never find his time. He's kicking the dirt now, looking at his bat. That was just maybe back of a leg ball. He tried to turn it on the leg side for 1. Instead, it got a little bit high on his bat.
Short delivery. He's found the gap, pulled it in front of the fielder at mid-on. It races away to the boundary, as the fielder will not be able to cut it off. First boundary for Mendes. He's off the mark. It's 73 for 1.
Ashrafe bowls and a ramp shot round the corner. Caught brilliantly. A leg slip. What a catch to take the wicket of Jason Roy, whose poor form in ODI cricket continues.
Southey comes in again. He's short to Warner, and Warner has tennis ball smashed this 25 rows back over deep backward point. He was off on his toes, slapped that, and that has gone flying for 6.
The ICC Champions Trophy 2017.
Kiwi go, Kiwi go, Kiwi go. The entire British and Irish Lions Tour of New Zealand 2017. Throughout the summer, exclusively on TalkSport.
Well, it's a lovely scene back here at the Oval between innings, with Pakistan needing to make sure that they hold on very early on to what is happening when they go out to field, and 338 for 4 they made from their 50 overs at a run rate of 6.76, and well, it's going to be some task in front of the Indians, but I'm sure that they feel they're up to it, having batted as well as anybody in this tournament. The scene here now, though, the clouds are a little fluffier again. They've got a little dark at times. It's quite intense. It's quite humid, but it's lightened once more, which is excellent news. And away to our left here, a lot of quick cricket going on from some youngsters just at the very beginnings of their cricketing thoughts, and whether any of them make it to a career. On the other side of the wicket, we've got the right at the edge of the square, the Pakistan bowlers going through their warm-up, and in between we've got the Indian squad members having to do quite a few runs up and down here rather than have any lunch, the sort of thing that you used to do, Sir Clive, didn't you, during the luncheon interview? 150-yard sprints.
No, only those who were not taking part in the game. We had to keep them busy. And not only that, they could only go to the nets during during the intervals, because we want them to watch the game, and that's where you gather most of your experience.
Yeah, no, I understand that completely as well. It's the atmosphere was fabulous when we were sitting out there, wasn't it? It was.
Oh yes. It's just that they wanted your autographs, and they were sort of blocking my view.
But it was great. There was the drummers and the mixture between the Pakistan fans and the Indian fans all together here has really carried this final through here just in the way that we expected. It's going to get tense. There's no doubt about that. And just once more, for those of us just joining, really, this is a really quality Indian batting lineup, and for Pakistan, just really to perhaps just get them on the back foot somehow by denying them plenty of runs in these first 10 overs. It's a difficult ask, but it's one that could set the tone for the rest of this match.
Yes, well, I think that's what will happen here. I mean, they'll want to contain them. If they don't get any wickets, you don't want them to run away with it as such. So the first 10 overs will be very important, and the Pakistanis do have bowlers of quality, and then you have the Indians who have batsmen of quality, so it could be a very good contest for the first 10 overs.
Yeah, fabulous as well. India won that toss earlier on this morning. They decided that they wanted to chase runs. Perhaps they didn't think they'd be chasing 339 to win the Champions Trophy, but they are on a very decent wicket in great conditions here at the Oval. It'll be difficult at times for Pakistan to defend what is a ground that is quite difficult too, and it is absolutely set fair. You don't want to go anywhere else. This is Talk Sport, and we've got the finale of the final and this great Champions Trophy 2017, and it's next on Talk Sport.
The ICC Champions Trophy 2017.
2 to win for England, and he goes again through mid-wicket, and that will be an absolute repeat prescription. 4 runs to see England home. Joe Root and Owen Morgan hug in the centre of the pitch. Job done for England on day 1 of the ICC Champions Trophy as the fireworks go off once again.
Neesham does go on the pull. It's a top edge, and he's got just about enough of it. It flies over the fielder at fine leg for a 6.
Put down too quickly when he's at full pace with his old knees of his. Oh, Hashim Amla down the wicket and hoiked it over deep mid-wicket for 6.
Shakib again bowls this time. That's an off stump, and Hales goes big down the ground. That's a 6 all the way. Goes beyond the dark side screens and into the supporters.
As Guptill is squared up and a leading edge flies to backward points. That's wicket number 1. Guptill's got to go, and it's Hazelwood who strikes.
Driven by Chandimal out towards De Villiers, who misfields and I think has produced a run out. Never ever run on a misfield, but especially not to AB De Villiers.
3 overs for 13 so far for Ball, who comes in, bowling to Sumya, waiting, and he comes forward, takes a stride and goes for a 6, and it will go all the way for 6 runs. Sumya took a stride down the pitch. It was full of length, and he got right through the shot, beautifully hit for 6 runs.
So they've dropped the man back at deep square for Ronki for his pick-up shot, and he backs away, and he goes the absolute other way, and that is massive. It's over, almost over cover, but he hit that over wide mid-off for 6, backed away, and just slapped that off one of the fastest bowlers in world cricket.
Morris again, short pulled. Oh, that's gone a long way. That's a huge hit. Wonderful strike. 6 over deep mid-wicket from Sivika Prasanna.
It could be another boundary here as he's running and bowled, and it's brilliantly saved by Bairstow, who's covered a lot of ground, thrown himself headlong, got a left arm to the ball, stopped it going over the boundary.
Pradeep once again, this time high in the air. Will it be a catch? Will it sail across the boundary? It is, in fact, dropped by Lasat Malinga at fine leg. It was a bounce, a short delivery. The player just took it on high in the air, just danced around in the air, and Malinga finally not able to get to it.
Against a better length, but he's picked it up on the half on. Is he going to be out? Yes, he is. Caught on the boundary. Nice take by Ben Stokes, who had to shuffle 5 or 6 yards to his left-hand side and takes a very comfortable catch in the end.
Deep forward square, and a third man, and Horner comes down the wicket on the edge. He bounced. He charged down the wicket. He tried to carve that away. Thin edge through to Luke Ronke, and he is gone. So just as it looked like he was about to start attacking, Warner is out, and that is a massive wicket for New Zealand, and they are celebrating exactly like that.
Here's Nuwan Pradeep again. Bowls too many hits the last ball of the innings for 6. It means Sri Lanka will need around 300. not around an exact 300 to win the game. Finally, Duminy gets one in the middle.
Bowles on his legs and he clips it round the corner. He'll get one here, certainly. He wants the second. He will get the second. Joe Root has got 100 for his country. His 10th ODI century.
It's he who faces Hastings as he comes in again down the leg side, and this time Williamson's gone. There is a man in the deep, but it's gone for 6. Down the leg side, he just picked that up and just almost carried it himself all the way out beyond the boundary.
And he goes swinging hard, and he's gone straight up to the man and taken at long on. Pradeep goes 4 for Imran Tahir. Another defining contribution by the champion leggy, and there you have it.
The ICC Champions Trophy 2017.
Talk Sport. Impeccable timing and anticipation. Nice. Talk Sport.
50 overs to go then in the Champions Trophy 2017. India chasing 339 from 50 overs to win. They've had a huddle, the Pakistan fielders, a cuddle as Bumble would say. And just one question for you: who's going to be the big daddy on Father's Day?
Who's got the best batting line up, India? Who's got the best bowling attack, Pakistan? This is going to be a rip-roaring innings. Wonderful pitch. 338 for 4. Is it enough?
Afternoon, everybody. Ian Danter with you here on TalkSport in the UK and around the world on Channel 2 Cricket Radio. Those supporters in the Archbishop Tension School roof of holding up the individual letters of Pakistan, no doubt where their loyalties lie, in the cheap seats. And we are underway with Rohit Sharma about to face the first ball from the returning Mohammad Amir from the pavilion end. Outside off stump, but a thick inside edge just squirted out in front of the batsman. No run taken, and Amir back in the side after the back spasm that saw him sit out the semi-final win against England. Pakistan have just set the second highest total in ODI history they've ever managed against India in 338. We've got a proper game on here, Bumble. Proper game on.
Well, it's a great pitch, and just a reminder that India won the toss and decided to field first. They'd have wanted a chase. They've got one.
And Rohit and Dhawan are the openers. Rohit Sharma facing. In comes Amir, left arm over the wicket, and that just goes straight through to the wicket keeper. Rohit Sharma leaves that well alone. 91, 78, 12 and 123 not out here against Bangladesh in the semi-final for Rohit Sharma. Champions Trophy 4 years ago was actually where he opened and flourished as an Indian batsman, Rohit Sharma.
Well, the sheer quality, the opening pair, Shikhar Dhawan, wonderful player. Kohli next.
Real contrast in styles between the opening players. Rohit Sharma very still, and he's caught in front. LBW, he's out! Mohammad Amir has struck in the third ball of the Indian reply, and Rohit Sharma goes back to the pavilion without troubling the scorers. LBW, they're talking about whether to review it in the middle between Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan. They haven't got long to make their minds up, and Rohit walks. They will not review it, and Pakistan have their first wicket. India 0 for 1.
Stone plumb in front. Wonderful bowler, gets it absolutely right. It pitches, it nips back, hits him round about the knee roll. Great joy for Pakistan, a fabulous start, and they've got rid of a fabulous player.
Well, Mohammad Amir only took his first wickets in the ICC Champions Trophy in what was effectively that quarter-final tie against Sri Lanka. He'd had a rotten run in the games prior to that, sat out the semi-final, must have been chomping at the bit to get back out there. Well, he's back out there and he's back amongst the wickets.
One thing they would have said in the rooms before this innings, Pakistan, get right into them with a new ball. A wonderful start from Amir, get Kohli in early. They've got him in the first over.
Well, Virat Kohli, whose irritation out in the field was there for all to see during the course of the Pakistan innings, changing field, re-changing field, admonishing fielders for being in the wrong position. It's kind of the way Virat Kohli is. Now he's got to concentrate on his batting. 96 not out last time out here for the Indian skipper, and he's just taken his guard before Amir continues from the pavilion end.
Well, Pakistan should be all over him, in his ear. What have you got, big lad? What have you got?
2 slips in for him, 3 men saving the single on the offside, fine leg third man, and 2 men on the leg side saving a single. Amir comes in to bowl his first ball to Kohli, outside off stump and just missed through to Sarfaraz, and it was a nervous shot from Virat Kohli, slanted across him by Amir through to the wicketkeeper, and there's no run.
Well, just that first delivery, it's 145k. The majority of the Pakistan fielders, I just said, get all over Kohli. They've gone all over him like a cheap suit.
Kohli twirls his bat and shakes his shoulders and has a look around him as Amir reaches the top of his mark and starts to run in towards us. Great anticipation in this first over of the Indian reply. Amir up to the wicket, bowls to Kohli, lovely straight driver, that's well fielded by the man at short mid-off, and Kohli has to stay at home, no run.
Well, look at this is a diving stop at mid-off. 1, 2, 3, 4 fielders have gone up to him, high fives, he's only stopped the ball.
It was good fielding, to be fair, by Shoaib Malik, but yes, the Pakistan fielders en masse trotted over to him to praise him. Amir, 1 ball left in this first over. He has the wicket of Rohit Sharma. Bowls to Kohli, plays it off his legs and will get a single at least. He wants 2 and he'll get 2. It's gone behind square on the leg side. Fielded by Fakhar Zaman. So it's not a wicket maiden for Mohammad Amir. That little 2 at the end of the over blots his copybook, but what a start for Pakistan. India 2 for 1 at the end of the first over here on TalkSport in the UK and around the world on Channel 2 Cricket Radio. David Lloyd.
Well, they put a marker down there, Pakistan. Excellent over from Mohammad Amir. Kohli just rocking back on that last delivery, knocking it into the leg side and picked up a couple. 2 for 1. Get him in early. They've done exactly that.
Well, Junaid Khan is the other opening bowler for Pakistan. Came into the side in that game affected by rain at Edgbaston against South Africa. He got 2 for 53 that day coming into the side. He's bowled well in this tournament. All the Pakistan bowlers, apart from that aberration of the first game, have bowled well.
Hassan Ali to come as well. Just
Yes.
looked at the replay of the LBW. It pitches just on leg stump and it's hitting the top of middle.
So Rohit Sharma out for a duck to the bowling of Mohammad Amir, and Junaid is coming round the wicket to Shikhar Dhawan, who's yet to face a delivery. Oh, it's a left armer over the wicket, over the wicket to Shikhar Dhawan. He wants a single and he's immediately sent back by Kohli. Shikhar Dhawan's got a very fidgety stance at the wicket, hasn't he? He's much more fidgety than Virat Kohli is at the other end. He's never rests.
Well, it's a good job he sent him back there, Kohli. He's dropped it into the offside. There's absolutely no chance of a single.
Sarfaraz, lots of chatter. The wicket-keeper captain from behind the stumps. 2 slips. Fine leg and third man. And fielder saving the single in front of the bat. Junaid in. Bowls to Shikhar Dhawan. Spears it in at him. Well defended in the end by Shikhar Dhawan. There's no run. Lots of chatter. Going to shabash out there. Well done, well done. Sarfaraz, the chief cheerleader, as you would expect from the skipper.
Be a good spread bet. How many shabash today? There'll be hundreds.
There'll be a few of them, particularly the way that they've started. Junaid, left arm over the wicket to Shikhar Dhawan, just bounces up and down, waits for the delivery. It's right on middle stump, well defended. Out to Imad Wasim, trotting in from short mid-off, and there's no run. 2 for 1. And Wasim Akram has been tweeting, "You little beauty, Mohammad Amir, reminds me of my day."
Where's Akram? Where is he?
One of the greatest exponents of death bowling, any kind of bowling you like. Lassie Makram. As his compatriot Junaid Khan comes up to the wicket. Short ball this time. Turn around the corner by Dhawan to the man at fine leg. One bouncing through to him. Comfortable single to get Shikhar Dhawan off the mark. Virat Kohli will now take his mark at that far end from us. He's 2 not out. Any vantage point will do to try and watch this game in South London. Mentioned the Archbishop Tension School away to our right as we look, with fans on the roof there. Hottest ticket in town on a hot day. Junaid waits at the start of his run-up. Kohli's happy. Still 2 slips in for the Indian skipper. What can the other left armour do? Try and spear it across Kohli again. Up to the wicket. He bowls across Kohli, but well outside off stump, and comfortable lead for Kohli. No run.
What does he want to do to Kohli from this left arm over at decent pace? He wants to pitch it round about middle and off and hold its line and come back in towards the stump. We're looking for LBWs, particularly with these 2 left arm overs.
Junaid, who's going to be playing for Lancashire in the T20 Blast to come this summer. Up he comes to the wicket to bowl to Kohli. This is just down leg side and turn around the corner, down to fine leg by Kohli. He'll get a single. Really raced down there. There's no way they were going to go for 2. That's the end of the second over. And India, in response to Pakistan's 338 for 4, find themselves 4 for 1. Rohit Sharma, the man out, if you're just tuning in. LBW from the third ball of the reply to Mohammad Amir, who's about to come back on from the pavilion end.
Just looking at the first 2 overs of Pakistan, there were 3 without loss. There were 2 excellent overs from India. And the response here, as these 2 quality left-arm seamers at decent pace. Mohammad Amir is the quicker of the 2.
Amir coming back in to bowl to Kohli from the pavilion end. Just a thick outside edge, squirted off the outside of the bat through backward point. It will be fielded, but Kohli will comfortably come through for 2. Fielded by Shadab Khan. Get to see his wristy leg spinners before too long, this young precocious 18-year-old talent.
We're going to have a fair amount of left arm seam before then. And you've got one of the best bowlers in the world against one of the best batsmen in the world. Good contest.
Amir is back at the top of his mark. Kohli waits. 5 not out to him. 6 for 1 India. Amir up to the wicket, bowls, played straight back to him by Kohli, and Amir just grabs hold of it and pretends to shy at the stumps. No run. 6 for 1. Fascinating contest between bat and ball, and a fascinating contest between 2 countries where India have dominated Pakistan in all forms of the game in recent times. But you could argue Pakistan will never have had a better chance in recent times to get one over on their rivals than they have right now. Fascinating run chase in store. 6 for 1 India. In comes Amir to bowl to Kohli. Outside off stump, edged, and he's dropped him! Oh my goodness, dropped at first slip by Azhar Ali. It looked a comfortable catch, but he put it down once, twice, 3 times. He's trying to get hold of it, but it eventually hits the turf. And his teammates go and give him a high five and encourage him, but what a moment for Kohli, and unfortunately for Azhar Ali at first slip. David Lloyd.
How do you give him a high five after that? He's just dropped him. He's dropped one of the best players in the world. It's straight in, and the players are all looking at the big screen. It's straight in and it's straight out.
Kohli has a life. Dropped by Azhar Ali, who waits again at first slip, as in comes Amir, steaming in, and it's another edge. This time it is gone. It's caught by Shadab Khan at backward point, and the Indian skipper has gone. They find themselves 2 wickets down for 6 runs, and the Pakistan green and white flags are waving furiously around the oval. Kohli goes, caught by Shadab, bowled by Amir for 5, and India are 6 for 2.
Well, a wonderful, fabulous, fantastic start by Mohammad Amir. He's just done him 2 in 2, had him dropped at first slip, and he's looking to work this into the leg side, gets a thick outside edge, and he chips it off that outside edge to backward point. Shadab holds on. India in big trouble. Big player, big stars gone, 6 for 2.
Well, so far in this ICC Champions Trophy, India's batting has been all about serene progress, very few wickets lost. We're now getting to a stage where, if things carry on as they are, we're going to see batsmen out there who've barely had a swish during the course of this tournament. They've been playing in the nets, of course, but in terms of proper in-the-middle experience of these wickets, not a great deal. It's Yuvraj Singh who's in next at number 4.
Well, just think about the previous delivery where it's edged to first slip and he juggles it and it goes down. And you could see the visible despair of the team. We've just dropped Kohli. What a response from Amir. He comes in again, gets it straight, gets him playing, and he squirts it to backward point. This is another player, Yuvraj. You can get right into his ribs.
Well, he didn't bat against Bangladesh. Scored a 50 against Pakistan in that group stage game, the left-handed Yuvraj. 35 years of age, one of the real experienced players. This will be his... Well, he's already clocked up 300 ODIs, and he's at the wicket because of... Well, I think Kohli was trying to play it out left side, on leg side, wasn't he, that shot? He was trying to ease it out through mid-wicket. Leading edge. Terrific catch from Shadab. And finally we are ready to resume, as in comes Mohammad Amir to Yuvraj. Full delivery played out in front of the wicket, and Yuvraj charges through for a single. Sees off the mark. Shikhar Dhawan watching the carnage at the other end. Is 1 not out of 4 deliveries, and India find themselves 7 for 2 now.
He's coming in like a steam train, Mohammad Amir. I mentioned that you can get into Yuvraj, you can play on his ego. Great response from Sarfraz, the captain of Pakistan. He's gone after Yuvraj. He's got 2 slips and a gully. He's changed it now for Dhawan.
Yeah, coming in like the old Rawalpindi Express, old Shoaib Akhtar. Remember him? With his long flowing locks. But this express train has got the name of Mohammad Amir on the back of his shirt. Dhawan doing a bit of gardening. Takes stock of what's around him, steps outside the line of leg stump and finally takes guard. You can hear the noise around the oval, the Pakistan supporters fully expectant. Amir roars in, bowls to Yuvraj. Very full and straight and well defended. No run taken. End of the third over, 7 for 2.
Well, what a start. 7 for 2 after 3. Perfect response from Pakistan. And Pakistan invited to bat first. If you just join us, 338 for 4. India in reply, 7 for 2.
I've just been reminded that Mohammad Amir also comes from Rawalpindi. And so is Yasir Arafat, part of our commentary team. Get everywhere. Amir just walking down to third man, taking the acclaim of the Pakistan supporters down there. Little acknowledgement for them. 2 overs, 2 wickets for 5. Junaid Khan will continue for Pakistan from the Vauxhall end. What a start for Pakistan, who've really grown into this ICC Champions Trophy, and they've got India under huge pressure here. Yuvraj is on strike, and Junaid's first delivery just played right down into the pitch by Yuvraj, but he won't run for it. Dhawan stays at home, 7 for 2.
Get another catcher in.
They've got 2 slips in. They've got a backward point. There's 2 men on the offside saving the single. There's mid-on, short mid-wicket and fine leg and third man. It's your regulation field, I guess.
Get another catcher in.
Yeah.
Go after him.
Where would you stick him though, Bumble?
Gully. 2 slips and a gully.
Junaid on his way back in, runs away from us, up to the wicket, the left armour, bowls to Yuvraj, who plays it to backward point, no run.
You could even go 3 slips, and it's just a signal to Yuvraj that we're after you, we're coming for you, we've got a wicket keeper, we've got 3 slips, 2 slips and a gully, we're attacking, we're playing test match cricket, we're going to get you out.
Lots of people retaking their seats after lunch. And they're being treated to a really intriguing spell in this game. As up to the wicket comes Junaid. Short delivery, and Yuvraj just rocks out of the way of that and lets it go through to Sarfaraz. No run. 3.3 overs gone, 7 for 2. This is the first time, arguably, that India have been under any sort of pressure in this tournament.
Yeah, need character now. 332 required. A couple of great players have gone, so these two have got to calm the game down. The 2 at the crease, just calm it all down.
High score of 150 for Yuvraj Singh in ODI internationals. This is 301st game. As he just punches a ball outside off stump. But a good delivery from Junaid Khan.
He thinks that's a real short ball. He can tell from his body shape, and he's such a tall man, Yuvraj, that he thinks that's a bouncer. It's just back of a length. The bouncer, every now and again, is a good delivery to him. See if he wants to take it on.
And that next delivery is bumble service, just back of a length after the bouncer. What does he do with this one? Does he try and tuck him up again, or does he go for something fuller? Tempt him into a drive. Junaid up to the wicket. Yuvraj waits. This is Fuller, and well played, straightforward defensive back to the bowler. 7 for 2 India. If you're just tuning in to TalkSport, they've been given a severe examination at the start of their reply to Pakistan's 338 for 4. Amir with 2 wickets in his 2 overs. The prize wickets of Rohit Sharma and the skipper Virat Kohli both out. And Kohli was dropped the ball before he was dismissed. Junaid ready to come in for the last ball of this 4th over. Up to the wicket, bowls outside off stump, and classy looking off drive from Yuvraj, but it's straight to the fielder at short extra cover. Sarfaraz runs to the other end, desperate to get on with it. Everyone on the balls of their feet, the Pakistan fielders loving it at the moment, and why not with India 7 for 2 off 4 overs. And after a few words from David Lloyd, I will hand you over to maybe slightly nervous Chitta Narula.
Well, what a start. 4 overs. Pakistan in charge of the game, and the fielders, quite rightly, are on their toes, they're aggressive, they're into India.
Somewhere in London, India leading Pakistan 4-0 in a hockey game. But that's not here at the Oval, as it's Mohammad Amir coming from over the wicket to Shikhar Dhawan. 2 slips in position. Fuller delivery turns it off his legs to mid-wicket, no run added. Sets up the game, doesn't it? 7 for 2, all for Pakistan here.
Well, terrific for Pakistan to score 338 for 4. That's only half the story. You then got to come out against this much vaunted, brilliant, outstanding batting lineup. But 2 wonderful bowlers, particularly Amir, and the response has come from Amir. 2 for 5.
Once again, on the top of his mark is Mohammad Amir. Got those 2 wickets, Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. But this is Shikhar Dhawan facing, this time again, short of length, going across the stumps. He's tried to clip it down to fine leg. Plays and misses, another dot delivery there.
You can see the rhythm that he's got, Mohammad Amir. And it's only, as I say, part of the story when you have a half-hour break and you've got to keep everybody calm in the dressing room, and maybe the coaches, Azam Mahmood, will be going to his bowlers and saying, listen, clear minds, just make them play, put them under pressure, no freebies. They've done exactly that.
And Pakistan know where India's weakness is, because it's been the top order that's batted throughout the tournament. And they've got 2 of the highest run scorer in the tournament back in the pavilion. Short delivery from Amir. This is pulled by Dhawan just behind square. Brilliant timing on that one. Gets a boundary. His first boundary. He's moved on to 5, 11 for 2.
Well, he's asked him a question there with that short delivery, and certainly got the answer. He plays it so well, Dhawan. Just behind square on the leg side. There's nobody at deep backward squares. There's only 1 fielder down at fine leg, so it's a safe shot.
It's the first boundary for the Indian innings, in fact. Just 11 for 2. Not been a bit of a torrid start, really. Pakistan all over India at the moment, but that boundary might just help Shikhar Dhawan calm down his nerves as well a bit. Amir, 2 slips in position to Dhawan. Fuller delivery. This time down the ground. Will it beat the fielder at mid-on? No. Puts in a dive there. They're throwing themselves all around. They're full of energy, aren't Pakistan at the moment?
Well, this is the best bit about it. He's just dived away to his right at mid-on, and then fielders converge on him. It's the modern way. A pat on the back, a high five. Well done.
Here's an interesting stat by our well-informed producer. 8 matches for Kohli in ICC tournament finals, or in fact in tournament finals, average of 22, no half centuries, no hundreds. This time Fuller on the off stump, driven by Shikhar Dhawan. Will it be the fielder to the boundary? Yes, it does. Stands tall on his front foot just through the cover region, and a second boundary in this over from Dhawan. 15 for 2.
And he takes that on top of its bounce. He just hits through the line of the ball, through extra cover. It's a long chase, one of these teasers that the fielder camps in behind it. Despairing dive at the M4.
Was it an obvious delivery, given that he had bowled the short ball and was pulled? Just putting it fuller in the channel, perhaps? As a slip comes out and will be stationed in that extra cover region through which Dhawan had just caressed that boundary. Amir again on top of his mark to Dhawan. 1 slip in position only. This time, in the air! Outside the off stump, he cut it away. Backward point, leaping. Just past the fielder there, down towards third man. A single to end the over. 5 overs gone. It's 16 for 2. 9 runs in that last Mohammad Amir over. Dhawan, well, that was in the air and could have gone two-hand. Pakistan would have wanted that. End of Amir's over. 3 overs, none. 2 for 14, in fact. No maidens in that, but who needs maidens when you have 2 wickets and 2 big prized wickets of Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli, as David Lloyd leaves us for the moment. And I'm joined in by former Pakistan international Yasir Arafat.
Thank you very much.
Enjoying your afternoon, Yasir?
Yeah,
Look at the scoreboard. Look at the scoreboard.
Yes, it's been a great start for Pakistan so far. They got their 2 prize wickets early on, and they are all up for the other wickets.
Dhawan again on strike. Yuvraj at the other end. Just the 1 run he has scored so far. To the Junaid Khan from the walks on and over the wicket. Just a lone slip for Shikhar Dhawan onto the leg stump, and he's played it off his pads down towards square leg, and the batsman crossover for a run. 17 for 2. And Yuvraj Singh got 160 odd in your debut test at Bangalore 2007, was it?
Yeah, he did. In that game we got a few early wickets, like they were 60 for 4. And then Yuvraj and Saurav Ganguly had a partnership. Saurav got 235 odd and he got 160. It was a belter of a pitch and hit bowling on the
almost like this one. Almost like this one. You want to say that, don't you? 338 on the board for Pakistan. A slip in position, Junaid Khan, as Yuvraj stands tall. Little back of length delivery and plays it towards mid-on. No run added.
But you get bounce over here at the Oval if you compare that pitch to the Bangalore pitch. So yeah,
a bit more, yes, doesn't it? With Pakistan, what would have been the chatter in the dressing room at the break? 338 on board, job only half done?
Yeah, job half done, but the key for Pakistan when they were in the dressing room that get early wickets, their main batsman, and expose their middle order, which hasn't batted so far in the tournament.
Just precisely what's happened as Junaid Khan bowls back of the lane on the off stump. Yuvraj Singh taking his time, just plays it defensively towards cover. Pakistan won't mind these dot deliveries. India won't mind these dot deliveries. Once again on our screens, those 2 deliveries from Mohammad Amir. He was injured. There was doubts over his fitness. Comes back in the big game, gets those 2 wickets. That's what pace bowling in Pakistan is all about, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a big game for Pakistan and for Amir as well. So he makes sure he played that game and do well for Pakistan, which he's been doing now.
2 deliveries. Kohli was dropped, but then caught the very next ball again at first left. This time, this was shot dug in from Junaid Khan. Tried to hit it over fine leg. Smash it down towards the leg side, but gets a thickish edge there, which was flying over the leg gully region. Yuvraj Singh had no control over that one, but he gets a boundary of it. Moves on to 5, 21 for 2.
that is actually the plan for the Pakistani bowlers to bowl short at Yuvraj. But I must say, technically, if they have fine leg back for him, or fine leg up, or square leg back for Yuvraj, and then try a bounce on him, so could be an option. Yeah.
Well, the field hasn't changed. We still have backward point, a slip, cover, extra cover, and mid-off, mid-on in position for Yuvraj. He faces Junaid once again from the Vauxhall and play and miss there. Back off length again. Not much width this time. Feet not moving, just trying to feel for the ball. Play and a miss there. Brilliant comeback from Junaid Khan.
Yeah, he's been bowling very well. This one across seam, getting extra bounce outside the off stump. Good carry to the keeper.
138 kph there from Junaid. He's complimenting Amir well. Yeah, lots of questions being posed to the Indian batsman, and they're trying to search for answers here, aren't they? 2 wickets down, huge chase this one. Required rate 7.2, but let's not just look at that right now. It's about survival at the moment. Junaid Khan to Yuvraj, onto his front foot and defends it to point. End of 6 overs gone, 21 for 2. Pakistan piling on the pressure on India here.
Yeah, key for the India now is to just bat and develop a partnership. So these two guys are really doing it at the moment. They're not looking for the run rate at the moment, just bat, and when they spend some time on the pitch, they will definitely get boundaries.
And just the batting card on our screens here. How impressive was that? How joyful it was to see that, Pakistan overcoming their nerves against India in an ICC tournament final, or even an ICC tournament match, and put in that performance, Yasir.
Excellent performance from Pakistan. No one have thought that Pakistan could get that kind of a target in this kind of event, especially against India. But thankfully, Fakhr Zaman, Muhammad Hafiz, and few other guys who score runs.
Mohammad Amir continuing, this time straying down the leg side, plays off his hips. Might be a leg by signal from the umpire. Yes, it is. Down towards fine leg, just the 1 run. Dhawan moves on to 11 to be Yuvraj facing 22 for 2.
Amir's performance in this game is reminding me of his comeback inning tournament, Asia in Bangladesh against India.
Yeah, just before the 2016 World T20.
Yeah,
in Dhaka that was.
Yeah, he got couple of wickets in the first over, and then he got another wicket, and then it
was a bit of a roll there for Amir on his return. Now again on a roll, this time outside the off stump, given width. Yuvraj lets it go to the batsman, to the wicket keeper. No run added there for the batsman. 22 for 2.
Excellent line and length, and just outside the off stump. If you see the speed, 144 miles kph, which is quite impressive, especially after the injury.
Is again a bit of fitness doubts over him. Didn't play the semi-final against England, but was declared emphatically. Mickey Arthur, first question to him yesterday in the pre-match conference: is Amir fit to play? Yes, he's fit. He will play, and he's taken 2 wickets as well. This time again pushing the batsman onto his crease, short of length on the off stump, just drives it towards extra cover. No run added.
Yeah, the physio must have done a great job getting him fit for the finals.
Yeah, you want to compliment the physio as well, don't you? I mean, not just the player, but obviously those 2 deliveries, Rohit plumb, and then Virat was dropped, but to get it next ball up again in the block hole, and then just getting the main batsman out, brilliant to watch for all Pakistan fans here.
Azhar Ali must be happy after that.
Well. This time fuller from Mohammad Amir. Yuvraj on his front foot just defends it straight down towards mid-off. No run added. Just the 1 run so far from this over. 4 deliveries gone. And Pakistan have worked on their fielding as well in the first game. They struggled in the field, but just lifted the intensity from the South Africa game. Just gone strength to strength from thereafter.
Yeah, I think if they are doing well in batting or bowling, then the fielding definitely goes high. So against South Africa, Pakistan bowled really well, and then fielding helped them a lot. Good catches, good run-outs.
Amir again to Yuvraj. Fuller delivery on the off-stump, comes forward, defends it back to the bowler. No run added, and just a 1 run so far. Tell me, Yasir, I mean, obviously it's such a mental thing with Pakistan, isn't it? I mean, such an unpredictable side. How and why? I mean, everybody wonders, why does Pakistan, I mean, obviously they've been very consistent after that defeat against India, but again, from day to day, why does Pakistan's performance vary so much?
I mean, that's, I think, kind of a habit now, especially in ICC events. If you see them, 1992 World Cup, Pakistan was nowhere in the points table. Then they still managed to win the World Cup. Same in 2009 T20 World Cup over here in England.
Fuller delivery this time again on the off stump, drives it but finds the fielder at extra cover. No run added, just the one run off a leg by in that last over. 7 gone, it's 22 for 2. And Yasir is explaining to us why Pakistan are blowing hot and cold. They're blowing hot today, but in general, why blowing hot and cold so much?
Yeah, that's the good thing about Pakistan cricket. Like they are unpredictable. When people have a lot of expectations with the players, then they lost the game, and then some. And in other games, when people don't expect them to win, they all from nowhere they won the games and they won the tournaments.
And everybody said this is the weakest Pakistan side in an ICC tournament ever. It sits in well with your theory.
Experience-wise, if you say yes, not many experienced guys in the team. But if you see the youngster, I mean, if you compare the other teams in this tournament and Pakistan made 3 debuts.
3 debutants
in this tournament. If you compare other team, no one made any debuts in the team. So, which is a good sign for Pakistan. I mean, whoever get chance here in this tournament perform well. So good for future for Pakistan.
And the 2019 World Cup is here as well. So we'll talk about that in just a moment. As Junaid Khan continues from the Vauxhall end, it's Shikhar Dhawan facing this time. Short of length, outside the off stump, enough width, slapped in front of cover. Boundary for Dhawan. He's continuing his good form, moves on to 15, third 4 for him in all. 26 for 2 in the 8th over.
Bit short from Junaid to Dhawan this time, and he lashes on to it and get 4 runs on the offside.
He's had a good run of form, has Shikhar Dhawan, always in ICC tournaments. 200s in the 2013 edition, 200s in the ICC 2015 ODI World Cup as well. Junaid Khan, one slip in position, running into Shikhar Dhawan once again. This time fuller delivery, plays it softly towards the cover region. No run added there.
Yeah, that's the length Junaid needs to bowl now. Otherwise, anything short, the batsman catches it easily on this surface, because the bowlers get extra bounce here, and Shikhar Dhawan is good on back foot. So,
and again, looking at Shikhar Dhawan's scores in this tournament, he had 40 and 60 in the warm-ups. 40 is his lowest score on this tour so far, because in the tournament he's got 46 against Bangladesh in the semi-final. Again, that is his lowest total in the tournament so far. This time again outside the off stump, cut it away brilliantly. Stood and delivered it past the fielder at cover. Put in a dive there, but beat him. Another boundary, second of this over, 4th overall for Dhawan. He's moved on to 19, 30 for 2. Brilliant shot, Yasir.
Yeah, again short and wide to Dhawan, and he cashes it quite convincingly. I think Junaid needs to bowl wicket to wicket here and bowl some dot balls.
So 46 against Bangladesh. He also has 78 against South Africa, 125 against Sri Lanka at this very ground. India lost that game, remember? But 68 against Pakistan at Birmingham as well. So he's got 2 half centuries and 100 already in this tournament. He's looking good at the moment. Can he revive India's innings here? This time Fuller on the middle and leg, just played off his hips and down towards square leg for just the 1 run. Crosses over, moves on to 20, 31 for 2 now.
Yeah. India got 9 in 4 balls. So Junaid makes sure he finishes on high now, because still 2 balls more to go, and he needs to bowl 2 more dots here.
Leading run scorer of the 2017 Champions Trophy is Shikhar Dhawan, averaging 79 in this tournament so far. Yuvraj Singh on strike, a slip in for him as well, as Junaid Khan bowls. This time beaten. Just Tad Fuller coming in. Goes past the edge of the batsman. Feeling for it, didn't really get up to the ball.
Yeah, that's the area Junaid needs to bowl up to the batsman. That's where Amir is bowling at the moment, from where he purchased early on.
Not enough bounce as much as we saw in the last 2 deliveries to Shikhar Dhawan either.
No.
Last ball of this over, as Yasir said, Junaid needs to finish this one strongly. 9 from the over so far. 2 boundaries, 2 beautiful boundaries for Shikhar Dhawan included. 31 for 2 at the moment. Required rate 7.3 as Junaid bowls to Yuvraj, stands tall onto his back foot and punches it down the ground for no run. That's the end of 8 overs, 31 for 2.
It's a good comeback from Junaid Khan. It'll be interesting to see how...
Interesting to see, you're saying? change in?
The best bowler for the Pakistan in this tournament.
Okay.
Hassan Ali.
Okay.
Yeah.
The youngster. He's also a youngster.
Yeah, he's made his debut last year and he's doing well, so well for Pakistan. He got 10 or 11 wickets in this tournament.
Yeah, he's the leading wicket
very
taker.
Impressive in this tournament, so it'll be interesting to see him bowling against these batsmen.
Well, he's not bowling yet. It's still Mohammad Amir to continue. Just the 8 overs gone so far. So Pakistan really want to see if they can etch out 6 overs apiece from their pacers. Amir this time to Dhawan, short of length on the off and middle. Plays it back to the bowler. And Pakistan will obviously not just be feeling very easy. I mean, they've got Rohit and Virat, but Shikhar Dhawan, again, the leading run scorer. So he's the next target for them, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, India bats like very deep till Ashwin comes at number 9. So they got so many batting still left. But Shikhar Dhawan is the key now for Pakistan to, if they can get him early.
Stands and drives this one. Fuller delivery from Amir on the off stump. Played it straight to the fielder at cover. I know Ashwin bats at number 9. Indian fans will be hoping that he doesn't come out to bat. But if that happens, they'll have seen some really good knocks from the middle order batsmen. But I'm sure with 2 down, you would expect him to bat, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, if India would be like 31 or 40 for no loss at this time, yeah. But now, since India lost 2 wickets, so I can see Ashwin coming in.
But yeah, I know Indian fans not really hoping to hear that one, but yes, that might be the truth. This time, Fuller from Mohammad Amir on the off stump. He just plays defensively towards extra cover. Junaid Khan was a replacement for Wahab Riaz after that first game. He's played before this tournament. He had 11 wickets in 10 matches, but he's done well in Wahab Riaz's absence. And as we see the confirmation, 10 wickets for Hassan Ali, leading contender for the Golden Ball.
Yeah, it's not good for Wahab because he got injured in that game, but good for Pakistan. So since Junaid is bowling back in the team, he's doing very well.
This time Fuller on the middle and leg and just chipped down towards mid-on for a single to crossover. Just a 1 run from this over so far. Dhawan playing Amir very, very carefully. 32 for 2. And you always have a battery of fast bowlers, don't you? One goes out, another one comes in.
Yeah, I mean, actually, in our domestic cricket, bowlers, look for the role model. And in the past, Pakistan has so many good bowlers, starting from Imran, Sarfraz, and then Wasim Waqar, Shoaib Akhtar, so many fast bowlers. So, I mean...
Yeah, we are jealous across the border. This time played it down towards third man for just a single. Yuvraj Singh moves on to 6. Score moves on to 33 for 2. And, 322 that India lost against Sri Lanka. 322 scored by Sri Lanka here. In this tournament, the highest successful chase in the Champions Trophy, also the highest ODI chase at the Oval. So India have work to do. They have a couple of records to break at least if they want to be successful here.
Yeah, somebody need a big 100 on this in this game to get India home.
We already had one. We need another one to put a finer point. Amir this time edged and could be out. Yes, it is. 3rd wicket for Mohammad Amir. Shikhar Dhawan, the highest run scorer in the tournament, gone. Short of length, on the off stump, the batsman feeling for it, edged it to Sarfaraz Ahmed, who does it very well, catches it easily. 21 runs off 22 balls. Dhawan gone, caught Sarfaraz, ball Mohammad Amir, 3 for 16, 9 overs gone. India in deep trouble, 33 for 3, Yasir.
Yeah, now I can say Ashwin should have...
yeah. Could come back there. Yes, Ashwin might just have to bat here as India in deep trouble. Their top 3 run scorers in this tournament are gone. Shikhar Dhawan, the top of the pile. Rohit Sharma next. Virat Kohli gone too. And you know who's done the damage. It's the lead bowler from Pakistan, Mohammad Amir. 3 for 16 from 5 as a very happy Yasir Arafat leaves us. And we have former England international Steve Harmison joining in. Steve, you love to see a good fast bowler do well, don't you?
I do, and yeah, I've purred every time I've seen Mohammad Amir, to be fair. He's been magnificent all tournament. Edgbaston, watched him closely, Edgbaston first up, and then he got cramp after 7 overs, and he was brilliant in that first I think them first 5 overs, it was bright hot sunshine. He had it swinging, ball bouncing, and then obviously he just went off the ball a little bit from there. But today, in big games, your big players stand up. And Mohamed Amir stood up today, has he not? You know, he missed the semi-final. You know, as a bowler, you get these back spasms that do come every once in a while. But he's just showing no sign whatsoever of any hindrance of that back. And boy, he's been magnificent. He's hit good areas. He's hit the length hard. That's the thing I like about it. He's hit the deck hard. He's hit it hard when he's going into length. And when he's tried to swing it, he's pitched it up and kissed the surface beautifully. He's been magnificent so far in this game.
And here's something interesting. Mohammad Hafiz into the attack. They've taken off Junaid Khan, despite the fact that Pakistan's pacers have done well, or Mohammad Amir, in fact, has done well. Junaid Khan was taken for runs in the last over by Dhawan. He's gone to the pavilion now. This is Yuvraj Singh facing Mohammad Hafiz from the Vauxhall end. Comes round the wicket. First delivery down the leg side. Pads it. Came forward for a defensive stroke, pads it, and no run added there. What do you make of this, Steve?
I think it's not a bad decision to bring Hafiz into it.
A slip in position for Yuvraj, who comes down the track, gets the ball on the full, which is on the middle leg, goes over the head of the fielder at mid-wicket, and gets a boundary, his second boundary, 10 of 22. He moves into double figures, but India 37 for 3.
It's a good job I didn't carry on what I was just about to say, because I was about to say it was not a bad move, because he might be. Well, we've seen first half what the Indian spinners were like. They got expensive. Now, 30 for 3. Can Hafiz get a couple overs and get his rhythm going? Not in Yuvraj's mind. Second ball down the wicket, 4 runs.
Yuvraj once again to Hafiz this time. A loud appeal, but he gets some bat into it. We'll just have to wait. This time, no. It's leg by, signalled by Murray Rasmus. The umpire was Fuller on the middle and leg. Tried to turn it towards leg side. And just a leg by.
Yeah, it was always going down the leg side. Hafiz is not really going to give Yuvraj any room whatsoever after being hit down the ground comfortably and elegantly for 4. It was always going to be flatter and in towards leg stump. But I still think it's a good move. Get the spinner into the game. Dhoni is renowned for taking his time and getting into his innings. And I think because of that, you can get your spinner a little bit of momentum, and spinners thrive on but dot balls and singles and really putting pressure on, and that's what Hafiz has got to try and do.
First ball for Dhoni to face. This time played it down the ground, and there's a fielder in the deep at long on. So MS Dhoni gets off the mark on the very first ball. It's 39 for 3 in the 10th over. Situation very different from when India brought on their spinners, of course. Pakistan can play the waiting game here. They've taken 3 wickets, made inroads already. Hafiz to bowl to Yuvraj. Slip still in position, coming round the wicket. And smash down the ground. This is past the fielder at mid-on. We had one station at long off, but there was nobody in the deep on the onside. Comes down the track, takes it on the full. Past the fielder at mid-on. Put in a dive, but could not beat the ball. Second boundary of the over for Yuvraj. He moves on to 14. It's 43 for 3.
Yeah, good counter-attack from Yuvraj. Experience shown. You mentioned before them great names, 4 or 5 great names that have played over 300 one-days. And Yuvraj is into that number as well. He just showed his experience there. Not going to let Hafiz settle at all.
Pakistan just will be wary of this partnership. Drives this time through the offside. Dropped short by Hafiz on the off stump. Stands tall and drives past the fielder at extra cover. Third boundary in this over. Well, we thought because of the situation, maybe Pakistan might be able to keep the spinners tidy. But it's 10 overs gone, 47 for 3. Last over, 14 runs as Yuvraj moves on to 18 of 25 balls.
Yeah, the plan didn't work. I don't think it was a bad move. It wasn't executed as well as you would like in Yuvraj's counter-attack. But I think this is the game now, the modern game, the modern world we live in. I don't think people get bogged down, look at overs and look at the wickets and think, we've got to rebuild. The batsmen go in now and just think it's my turn. It's my turn to go out and bat and show what I can do. And if you're an aggressor, you go and put your, force your weight on the game. And I think that is the difference between the modern game and the game maybe 5 or 10 years ago. Not a batsman goes in and thinks we've lost a couple of wickets, pressure's on. They go out and think, well, he's out. This is my turn, and this is the way I always bat, and I'm going to bat accordingly. And Yuvraj and Mahendra Singh Dhoni, two experienced characters, are probably going to do that, or have that mindset in this second innings so far.
Two slips in position as Mohammad Amir bowls to MS Dhoni, who goes back onto his back foot and defends it back to the bowler at the start of Mohammad Amir's 6th over, 47 for 3 in the 11th over. And earlier in this year, when Yuvraj Singh came back to the Indian side, India was struggling in the second ODI at Cuttack against England. The score was 25 for 3, and then Yuvraj Singh and MS Dhoni got together and they put on a mammoth partnership for the 4th wicket. Yuvraj Singh scored 150, Dhoni got 134. So this partnership is again very vital because both of them taken their time, settle down as Amir bowls to Dhoni. This time again on the back foot, the bowler bowling across the stumps. This was on the off stump a bit. Defends it on the front foot. No run added though. So these two are known to take their time, but they can, the way Pakistan played, not take too much risk, low percentage shots, get a partnership going, and India will be hoping that happens.
Yeah, they will, but if you look at it now, you've got Mahendra Singh Dhoni and Yuvraj Singh, probably played nearly 600 ODIs between them. You don't play that many times for India with not having the skill factor and the ability to handle any situation.
Amir once again to Dhoni, this time Fuller as comes across, plays it down towards mid-off, no run added there. 256, that was their partnership that day at Cuttack. 256 will be very helpful for India here.
It would be very helpful, but there's a lot of other elements in this. Pakistan's bowling attack probably more suited than England on this wicket. This wicket and this, the surrounding itself is completely different to Kodak, where the wicket, probably a lot lower,
slower,
not bouncing as much.
Amir once again to Dhoni, this time left alone in the inimitable fashion that MS Dhoni leaves the ball, going across his stumps. No run out again. No runs in the first 4 deliveries here.
And it's a global final, and that's pressure in itself.
And it's India-Pakistan.
It's India-Pakistan. So there's a lot of things you can throw into the mix. But when you talk about, go back to the first point I made, they played nearly 600 matches between them, and that says a lot about how good these two guys are and how much they've seen situations, good situations, bad situations, counteracting. They've done all that, so the experience is there.
An experience of chasing. Yuvraj Singh, that's setting up that huge chase at 2002. He's done again in company of MS Dhoni through the mid 2000s. This was a big partnership for India in run chases, and obviously Dhoni, one of the greatest finishers in one-day cricket. This time again leaves the ball. Fuller delivery just outside the off stump, just lets it go to the wicket keeper. No run added, and we saw images of Hassan Ali warming up, so maybe he's about to come on. But again, returning back to the point, these two can do the job for India. It's just a matter of time and patience, perhaps.
It is, and it's they've done it millions of times before, many times before for India in high atmosphere, high pressured situations. Question now for the Pakistani captain: does he bowl Mohammad Amir one more? Does he think, can I break this partnership?
Yeah. Can I get
break
one
this
more
partnership and I win the game?
Amir once again, last ball of this over. This time leaves the ball again, was across his stumps. Think it clipped the pad perhaps, but no appeal, going too high maybe. But it's 11 overs gone, end of 6 overs from Mohammad Amir. What a spell this has been. 3 for 16, 47 for 3 in 11. And after a brief comment from Steve Harmison, it'll be Jonathan Norman to take the action forward.
Well, after 11 overs, Pakistan was 63 for none. Ended up with a total of 338 for 4. A mammoth 338 for 4. One at half-time, you're thinking, if India get off to a good start, they're well capable in this batting lineup to go and chase it. The good start didn't happen. India 47 for 3 after 11 overs. Big question now for the Pakistan captain. Do I bowl Mohammad Amir one more? Amir 6 overs, 2 maidens, 3 for 16. I've got Yuvraj Singh, MS Dhoni. As a captain, you think, right, can we get them 50 for 4? Give Amir one more over. Can we get them 50 for 4? And that there would probably go a long way to winning the game. Big questions for the Pakistan captain.
But before all that, Steve Harmison, we're going to see the most successful bowler in the Champions Trophy 2017 come on to bowl from the Vauxhall end. So if India thought things were going tough a couple of overs ago, here is Hassan Ali in, and Yuvraj Singh, big right foot forward, And he meets that on the up and crunches that to mid-off. No run. 47 for 3. You speak about Mohammed Amir, Steve. You know, he's had well-documented history with these Fair Isles. We don't need to go into that. But where there's been undoubted negativity surrounding him, he has enjoyed himself in England as Ali is in again. This is short of a length and pulled through mid-wicket. The chase is on for the fielder square on the leg side. He'll just pull it in. And the batsman will cross for 2. So 49 for 3. Mohammed Amir has already won an ICC World event in England back in 2009 when Pakistan beat Sri Lanka in the final of the World T20. And a young whippersnapper, left-arm pace bowler who was relatively unknown in cricketing circles, playing in just his 7th T20 for Pakistan. On that day as well, got rid of a big fish at the top of the order. Tilakarani Dilshan out for a duck in the first over, and Pakistan went on to win the match, take the title, and they have been put in a glorious position here today at the Oval on the south side of the city to follow that up. And it really was a blistering and canny dispel of fast bowling by Mohammed Amir. And you as a fast bowler enjoyed your own success on this ground. Must have enjoyed what you saw.
Very much so. He attacked the Indian batsman. He attacked him on the front foot. He gave the ball a chance without, and I mean, attacked him on the front foot. That was without giving them really too much to drive. He wasn't an easy shot off the back foot. He was attacking the front pad, which meant the leading edge, and he got a nick. He bowled beautifully.
Ali in again, and this is straight and flicked into the leg side by Yuvraj Singh, who moves to 21. You were saying? And
they mentioned the well documented problems that Mohammed Amir had, and I was one critical when he came back into the game, or was allowed to come back in the game, but he's now in the game, and I think the game is better for it from a visual point of view. You know, the way he's performed since he's come back into the game of world cricket, he has put all the troubles to one side, concentrated on bowling, and he showed what a fantastic performer he is.
Hassan Ali in, right arm over the wicket, and again this time Dhoni, the right-handed former Test, T20 and one-day captain, is forward on the drive. There's not much in the game left to win for him and Yuvraj Singh, of course. I heard you and Chaitan talking about this experienced pair. You know, all the articles were ready to be written about Yuvraj Singh in the last ODI, which was number 300, but he didn't bat and he didn't bowl. So maybe those articles that were already written in advance are going to be dusted off if he can steer India close. This is left alone by MS Dhoni. He's 1 not out, and Yuvraj Singh 21. I was downstairs with Jarrah Kimber, who's been part of TalkSport and TalkSport 2's commentary, and he was reading out a stat that suggested Yuvraj Singh has been to more ICC finals than Pakistan have in their history. So he has been there, and for a big man, he's worn the T-shirt and he's worn it well. So there is hope for India, but boy, do they need something special as Ali is in again. This is slightly fuller, a tempter for Dhoni, and he's left it alone. No run, and at the end of the 12th over, India, the 50's up, but 3 wickets are down. 50 for 3 with Yuvraj and Dhoni at the crease.
When we talk about Yuvraj, and it's great to watch Yuvraj when he's at his elegant best, when he's that stylish backlift like Laura, picks the bat up nice and high and comes down, and it's beautiful to watch. The one thing about Yuvraj is he's very laid back. He's got the mattress strapped to his back. He himself has had problems, personal from a health point of view, and it is great to see him overcome them and come back. He's a fantastic character, is Yuvraj Singh. So he's not going to panic, and the bloke at the other end is even more laid back. You've got to. I think sometimes you have to give him a little bit of a shunt to see if he's still awake, because that's the way Mahendra Singh Dhoni is. He's 1 off 10 balls, and he will always do that. But he'll make it up as and when the innings goes on, and he plays the situation accordingly. He's a very, very good finisher in the game, and probably well renowned as one of the best finishers in the game.
But
but they're a long way away. 289 from 228.
This is an arse.
Massive. This is a massive ask. And you mentioned of all the world titles, and I did say, the young man, left-hander, who got 100 in the first innings, is as good a 100 as you'll see in a world event. If one of these two does that, that'll surpass that.
Amir isn't going to bowl another over. It is the youngster, Shadab Khan, who is going to turn his arm over from the pavilion end. From one extreme to the other. A man who's played 300 ODIs, batting, against a guy who's playing in his 7th. Pakistan are an incredible nation of cricketers, and they just throw these guys into the arena. It doesn't matter if it's a final, doesn't matter if it's a world event, doesn't matter whether it's a bilateral event, it doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter how young you are. And this guy's only 18, burst into prominence only a couple of months ago in a T20 series against West Indies, took a bucket load of wickets, and here he is, he's playing in a final.
He is, and he's playing against MS Dhoni and Yuvraj Singh. They need 288 of 227 balls, and the Pakistani captain, after one ball of his 18-year-old leg spinner, has turned to a short leg. So it just shows you how much the Pakistani captain, how much he wants to get, not only wants to get him out, he feels he needs to get one of these two batsmen out.
He's also got a very deep slip in place as Dhoni is forward, and he gets this burst at short mid-wicket. Yuvraj has called Dhoni through for a quick second. That was a misfield, but they can afford a couple of those, Pakistan. They've got a healthy lead out there, and maybe Shadab Khan. I wouldn't say there was any real turn there, was it? But
not really. It was the attempted googly, but not much has spun all day.
No. He's in again, and again Dhoni's forward, trying to smother whatever turn this youngster can extract from this oval pitch, which has been used for the first time today. But also he's just getting in the mind of the youngster as well, isn't he? He's showing, hang on, this is my house. So he's not going to let the bowler settle. This time he does stay back in his crease and cuts this through to a deepish point region. 54 for 3 now. Dhoni moves to 3, and that brings Yuvraj Singh back on the crease. And I think Yuvraj will probably adopt a slightly different approach to this youngster.
Yeah, a little bit of a different field. No short leg. Slip stays in. He's gone a little bit wider because to the right-handed Dhoni, he looked as though he was standing behind the wicket-keeper. This time he's gone to his 1.5 second slip, but he is very, very deep.
He is indeed. The wicket-keeper up to the crease, and Dhoni, or rather Yuvraj Singh, forward on an expansive drive, and he's just missed it.
Yeah, it was the googly again. There's the googly again. It's just turned away from him.
Ooh, there was
a foot-hole, I think. It's gone off a foot-hole.
There was a little bit of turn there. He tossed it up to Shadab Khan, who is in again. This is a little flatter as a yelp for LB. It was a case of the batsman, Yuvraj, coming forward in defence. The question is, what did the ball hit first, bat or pad? And they're going to go upstairs to have a look.
Shadab's going pad. That's what he came down. You read his lips as he was coming down. He's 18-year-old, he's inexperienced, and he's going to the wicket-keeper, who's captain. Pad.
That's fair delivery.
Well, you can hear
it's front on, please.
It's certainly a fair delivery, no doubt about the no ball. Let's have a look. We're looking at this in slow motion. The bat is coming forward, and I think that's hit the pad.
Yes, he was right. Whether it's outside the line is the big question here.
This is very, very close. Yuvraj Singh, 300 one-day internationals to him, has been hit clearly in my eyes and Steve Harmison on the pad before the ball has gone on to hit the bat, which is hidden behind Singh's leg.
There, thank you.
It's umpire's call, remember, so anything is just outside off stump. I think this is out.
It's pitching in line, impact in line, and the crowd will tell you.
Yeah, it's going on to hit the wickets. So we're overturning your decision.
Yuvraj Singh has been given out. Leg before wicket, 22, and India have lost their 4th. 54 for 4. And a man with 300 one-day internationals makes his way from the grounds. And a man with just 6 games to his name has picked up one of the biggest guns in ODI cricket. Shadab Khan with the breakthrough. And if India were in trouble a couple of overs ago, well, they are in a whole world of pain now. 54 for 4, 13 overs gone, and that target of 339 after Pakistan posted 338 for 4 seems an absolute light year away.
He's gone googly, leg spinner, googly, leg spinner. That's the 6 balls, that's how it went. The last 2 were at the left-hander. He's shown him that he's got the googly first ball, and he's bowled the leg spinner, which is turned back perfectly into middle stump. The umpire at the pavilion end was Richard Kettleborough, Englishman. He's had to have his decision overturned, but I think he made the right decision. I actually think he made the right decision because he's not sure. He's not 100% sure. This is what DRS is there for. He's gone with, maybe he's given the batsman the element of the doubt. It was a fine margin between bat and pad, so if he gives it not out, the bowler has the option to go, and I think the right decision was made in the end. But if you're not sure as an umpire, I think you go with your gut feeling, which was just to give it not out.
Hassan Ali is in. This is a back of a length delivery, which is cut away into the covers by MS Dhoni, who is still there. 54 for 4 India. And Yuvraj Singh departs the stage at centre right. I'm looking around this crowd. You know, we were talking about how many Indian fans per Pakistani earlier today, and I was out there when the pitch announcer was just getting both sets of fans to cheer. Ali is in again, and this is cut to backward point, saved, or fielded rather, no run. The pitch announcer was asking the India fans to cheer, then the Pakistani, and I reckon, without one of those old clapometers that we used to get on TV, Dance will know what TV show that was on. Opportunity knocks for our overseas listeners and anyone under the age of 40. There was no clapometer, but I reckon the Pakistani fans were outnumbered about 5-1 here. As Ali is in again short. Dhoni's gone for the hook. Is he going to be caught? Yes, he's caught! A deep square leg! The former Test captain goes. Hassan Ali bangs it in. And the Pakistani fans might be outnumbered 5-1, but they're making their voices more than heard in this corner of South London. India in absolute disarray as the captain is forced to walk from the field. Pakistan cock a hoop. And Hassan Ali has come to the party. It's wicket number 11 for him for the tournament. It's the first of the innings, and Dhoni's got to go. Steve Harmison, Bumble's not here, so I'll have to say it. Start the car.
Oh yes, the car. Bumble would have probably said start the tuk-tuk. It is definitely ready to go. It was a good ball, well directed. Took a chance, the short ball. He bowled the short ball wide. The ball before got cut. Excellent stop. But this one, and it was actually a very, very good catch by Ahmad, because the way that there's a slight breeze and the ball went into a slight breeze, and he wasn't sure. He got himself into a good position, and then it must have just dipped on him, and he's took a catch low by his feet. And India, they say a world of pain. Hassan Ali has been fantastic in this tournament. For me, he's been the pick. He's definitely been the pick of the Pakistan bowlers, potentially been the pick of the bowlers of the whole tournament. And I look at the balcony. I've looked at the balcony and Mickey Arthur, dancing and screaming, and I seen him at the hotel after the India Pakistan game, and he was talking about how young his side is and the mistakes they make, and they'll learn and they'll get better. But boy, have they getting better in the last week or so, because everything they've been doing has been magnificent in this game.
It reminds me slightly of 1992.
Yeah.
Pakistan lost the first game heavily. They actually should have been washed out. They should have been beaten.
Should have been out the tournament.
Saved by rain. And, of course, they popped up at the end to beat England.
They did. And this morning I was coming out of my hotel room, getting in the lift, and then I had to go back up in the lift. I think I left something behind, and there was an American couple in the lift with me, and they knew nothing about cricket, and they asked me about, because I had the accreditation around my neck, and they were talking about how what this game was going to be, and I said, obviously the cricket, and how many millions or billion people that are going to be watching it in the interest. And they said they'd been in London for a few days, and they're talking about how much India Pakistan fans were downstairs and in breakfast and all the atmosphere that was going with it. But actually, right next in the middle of the corridor was the Pakistan team room, and I did say, if Pakistan come back here tonight winning the trophy, you're probably not going to get any sleep. So they're on holder, and they could be in for a good night with Pakistan's team room on the same floor.
Well, let's hope they're good sports, because it looks more than likely that they might need earplugs tonight. It's going to be noisy in London, that's for sure. Hassan Ali is in again, and well, backward point has just pulled out a Superman stop to prevent a boundary. He's surrounded by first slip, wicket keeper, cover point, deep point. This Pakistani team, if body language tells you the story of the inner soul, well, they've already started celebrating. This is electrifying stuff. The oval absolutely packed to its rafters as Ali running in from the Vauxhall end. Fuller and on the pads of Hardik Pandya. They're shy at the stumps of the non-strikers, but he's comfortably home. 55 for 5. I mean, at the end of this game, where will India look back on this as a match lost? Because they can point to misfielding, they can point to no balls, they can point to erratic bowling, poor shots, good Pakistani play. I mean, it's been bad for them from beginning to end, but personally I can't look past what has been a professional display with the bat by Pakistan and a world-class one with the ball. Last ball of Hassan Ali's first over, and it's full, wide and left alone by Kedar Jadhav, who's yet to get off the mark. And India, after 14 overs, chasing 339 on TalkSport and Cricket Radio, are 55 for 5.
We mentioned a couple of minutes ago about the difference between India and Pakistan supporters. I think it's about 70-30 in Indian supporters' favour. The Indian 70% have gone very, very, very quiet, and I think
they're still here though.
Yeah, they're still here. I think they'll always be here. The massive cricket fans, and they will still be. I can't look by that no ball. 3 runs, and I didn't think it so much cost the way anything other than the way Bumrah bowled.
I think you're absolutely right. Shadab Khan back for his second over from the pavilion end, and Hardik Pandya is playing forward and into the leg side for a single. He moves to 2, the score 56 for 5. It was a massive moment in this match.
Bumrah bowled 2 overs for 4 runs. His next 4 overs after that were 4 overs for nearly 4, was 39 runs. And I think that affected his confidence and affected him the way he bowled at the death, and I think it affected his decision making at the death as well.
Shadab Khan is in again. Kedar Jadhav forward and defends. 56 for 5. We're in the 15th over. I mean, what do these two young guys? They've got less than 20 ODIs each. This is played out into the offside by Jadhav. He gets off the mark.
They just have to play. They play the game that, like I said before, the way the modern day batsman is, it's, well, we have 5 batsmen have had a go. They're out. We have to play our way. And that's how they get into the game.
Pandya, an IPL winner with Mumbai Indians in 2017, just plays this up too long off for a single. 58 for 5.
I think as well, John, expectation and pressure. Pakistan have come here in the since they beat England, they're coming to the Oval thinking, well, if we put up a good game, we'll give India a game. India are thinking, well, we play in Pakistan, how much pressure is on us?
Well, that's a shot straight out of the IPL. It's Kedar Jadhav who has just leant back in the crease and spanked Shadab Khan up and over deep mid-wicket for a boundary. So 4 from that, 7 from the over so far. I suppose these two have just got to try and enjoy themselves. They're going to play for India in finals again, I'm sure of that.
I said before, they've just got to get themselves going, get themselves in and play their way, see where they get to.
A little tap on the ground of the bats by Jadhav, and much more watchful, forward in defence, and that brings to an end the over. 62 for 5, 15 overs in. But fair play to Pakistan, and can you imagine just how far they've come? They only scraped into the Champions Trophy after beating West Indies to the race for the last position. They were beaten comfortably by England in 2016 in the one-day internationals that the two teams played, but tournament cricket is something else. It's another beast. It's not one that England have ever really got to grips with, as Steve Harmison is replaced by Sir Clive Lloyd, a man who knows a thing or two about winning tournaments of 50-over cricket, and Hassan Ali is in, and this is outside off stump and just dropped into the covers, and the two batsmen come through for a single. 63 for 5, and Sir Clive Lloyd, I'm not sure, I think the last time you were on was during the mid-innings break, but have you been surprised by just how quickly this game has changed in Pakistan's favour?
Well, you would realise too that, and we did realise that Pakistan has got better bowling, I would think, than India. Hassan
Ali's in, shortish delivery, and it's left alone, and the bowler ends up on his backside. I think that's what they call in the biz an effort ball.
Yes, he's put a bit of effort in there. The point about this guy too, he seems to be one of these bowlers that gets wickets. Once he comes on, he seems to get wickets, and he's a bit pacey, and he looks, he looks sort of fast, medium, but he is quick.
Medium fast or fast medium? Medium fast?
Medium fast.
He's in again, slightly fuller and chopped straight back past the bowler, who tries to fill but doesn't need to. Mid-on caught into things just to clean up. 63 for 5, no run.
Well, the point was, you've put the side in, you've got to have the bowlers to sort of contain them, and I don't think they did that for about 5 or 6 overs. But then after that chance that Pakistan had, they used it to their advantage.
Hassan is in a good length delivery, which is played up towards mid-on again by Kedar Jadhav. He's 5. Hardik Pandya 4 not out. Is there a tinge of disappointment that we're not seeing a closer contest?
Yes, and that's what I with some of these games, you think that they peter out into sort of like a sort of calm situation. We expected that that they would have been a bit closer late in the afternoon.
Short again from Hassan, and Jadhav is happy to duck underneath that. 63 for 5.
Yes, and this happens sometimes, but with the crowd here, you thought probably, if they've gotten to 300 or something, give India something to go. The point is that Pakistan has batted well and they've bowled, and the feeling is
Absolutely. Hassan in for the last delivery of this over, and this is just flicked nonchalantly on the up through mid-wicket for 4. It's a good looking shot from Jadhav. The scorer advances 67 for 5, 16 overs in, and just a little reminder that we might have given this game and title to Pakistan, but the Indian batsmen still fancy they can make names for themselves today.
Well, looking at that shot that was played, you realise that it's got to be a good pitch. He just came across and flicked it quite nonchalantly past mid-wicket for 4. This is a very good pitch, and it's unfortunate that India has lost so many of the good or the best players so early. Because 338, they probably would have wanted to get a little closer or even win this game.
Absolutely. Watching them haul down Bangladesh's total the other day of 270 odds in 40 overs, 265 they had to chase down, and their feeling in the press box was that they could have chased 350, 360. Such was the dominance and brilliance of Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. But it's that old cliche, isn't it, Sir Clive? Scoreboard pressure. This is drilled to extra cover. Another smart bit of fielding. No run, 67 for 5.
Yes, after this ball.
Slight change in the field as backward point has moved a little shorter, and so instantly Panja picks the pocket by 6 of 2 fielders at point, and kind of shortish third man, and away for another boundary. He moves to 8, and the score 71 for 5 in the 17th over.
And concerning the situation, we're bowling first. I think as young Harmison said about having 6 bowlers. Yes, you have to have, that in case the plan B doesn't work out, you have a plan C.
Yeah, I'm not sure England had a plan B, sadly. There's a big shot back to the bowler, who gets a hand to the ball and just takes the sting out of it. Otherwise, I think that could have gone straight to the boundary for another 4, bisecting long on and long off. But as it was, it's fielded. 72 for 5, both batsmen on 9. And the voices that you hear, well, that's the voice of Sarfraz Khan, the wicketkeeper and captain of Pakistan, who only picked up the captaincy in February. Azhar Ali stepping aside following a defeat in Australia, but it had been coming. Azhar Ali had been given the captaincy less than a year before, but performances and results hadn't gone Pakistan's way. As Shadab Khan is in again, this is played up the field, no run. But credit for Mickey Arthur, because he took over as Pakistan coach at the start of last year, took Pakistan to number 1 in the world, albeit on the back of some work under Waqar Younis. And we could be up for wicket number 6 here, and it could be the captain Sarfraz Khan who claims the catch. And Kedar Jadaf, trying to pull a shortish delivery from Shadab Khan, has just got a top edge which has flowed up into the sky. 3 or 4 fielders converging. It was the captain that shouted the loudest, the man with the gloves, and the 6th wicket has fallen. India 72 for 6 now. Jadaf walking back to the pavilion, and Pakistan now just 4 wickets away from becoming the 2017 Champions Trophy winners.
Well, the captain, he's done very well in the last couple of months. He's done well in the West Indies. He won the one days. He's won the test matches, and here now it looks like he's going to win the Champions Trophy. So he has done very well in the short spell that he's had as captain.
Done very well, Sarfraz Khan behind the stumps, and the coach as well, Mickey Arthur. So plenty of credit will come their way, no doubts. But I just wonder, man of the match, Sir Clive, where's it going to go? Is it going to go to the Centurion, or is it going to go to the man who took 3 wickets at the top of the order, Mohammad Amir?
No, I think, well, I would want to think the guy who's put them in that position. So he played extremely well. Young, enthusiastic, talented player, Fakar, and he's really batted very well. And I thought at the moment he's looming large as the man of the match.
874 runs. That is the amount of runs Rohit Sharma, Shikhar Dhawan and Virat Kohli had scored in this tournament up until today. Hassan Ali is in, start of his 4th over, and this is played nicely by Hardik Pandya, past extra cover for a single, and he'll come back for a second. 874 runs, the numbers 1, 2 and 5 batsmen in terms of runs scored in the tournament. That famous triumvirate. And Mohammad Amir got rid of all of them, and between them they only scored 26 runs today.
And if you look at this pitch here, always gives the fast bowler a bit of help, and he looked rather quick today.
He did indeed. Ali is in, short and cut by Pandya. The race is on for the fielder at 3rd man. He'll haul it in, but not before Pandya comes back for a second. 74 for 6 in the 18th. Well, we've got a hum around the oval. The Pakistani flags are waving. There's a couple of Indian flags in the breeze as well.
Well, I think some of the people have left They just showed a picture there
Yep.
of some of the fans leaving.
It still looked pretty full about 20 minutes ago. Short again, and it's an incredible shot from Pandya, who at the first glance looked like he was getting out the way of the ball, but when the ball didn't lift quite as much as he thought it would, he just stuck his bat out and just clipped it up and over first slip for a boundary.
Yes, I think it's a lot of. This is a shot that you see quite a lot in the T20 tournaments. You know, bumpers, and they just help it over the slip area. So it's not something. It's like becoming the Dilshan.
The old Dill scoop.
Scoop.
Well, he had a strike rate of 156 in the 17 matches he played at the Indian Premier League, did Hardik Pandya. He won't score from this shot, but it was probably the best looking of the lot. Lovely on drive, which is fielded at mid-on. 80 for 6 in the 18th. India chasing a unlikely 339 for victory here at the Oval on Talk Sports and Cricket Radio. The final of the Champions Trophy. Well, what a story this has been for a Pakistan side that, of course, had to battle past the West Indies to even make it to the tournament. Hassan Ali in again. This is much straighter, and that's a good-looking defensive shot from Hardik Pandya, straight back to the bowler.
Yes, I think the Pakistani team do have a lot to be proud of in the last couple of months. They've really matured. They've come back when people have written them off, and they've shown today that they're a powerhouse, although they've lost so many of their senior players.
Well, it just shows what is possible. As Hassan is in again, this is full, just outside the off stump, and Pandya forward on the drive. And that brings to an end the 18th over. Also brings to the end of my stint. I'm not sure if I'll be back, Sir Clive, after a quick word for you, because I will be replaced in the hot seat by Mark Saggers.
Well, the way things are going, it looks like it might be a little bit of a short afternoon, but the two batsmen at the crease, Jadeja and Pandya. Pandya is playing quite a lot of shots, and he looks a very accomplished sort of player. So we might still have a long afternoon here. But I must say that Pakistan is in the ascendancy. They've got India on the run here at 80 for 6.
An inspired performance by Pakistan, first of all, when they were put into bat earlier on today to make 338 for 4. And India, well, they've never let India get started. And it's been a magnificent performance in the field by the bowlers and their fielders too. Shadab Khan, the spinner, comes in now, bowls. And this time it's just flicked away on the side, all the way along the ground. And Jadeja will take a run. And Pandya will be back on strike. Impressed with this young man. He's only 18.
Yes.
He bowls them all. He's already bowled them all. He's bowled the googly. He's bowled plenty of leg spin, and he's got a top spinner there that he's fired in as well. And Shadab is on the way once more from the pavilion and bowls, and that's an expansive shot this time from Pandya, but it's well fielded at extra cover by Wasim. And Pakistan and their fans are absolutely in control. Suddenly you can't see hardly an Indian flag in the ground at the moment. They're slumped in their seats as Shadab comes in again, but this time it's a full swing of the bat over long on and into the second tier of the pavilion. Thank you very much indeed. That's the way he's going to go. Lovely shot there from Pandya, and once more the Pakistanis, wherever they come in, whatever they do. Steve Harmison was making this point earlier, Sir Clive. Everybody plays hard these days. There's no consolidation or thinking about that here. They're just going to go for it. He waits once more. Shadab comes in and bowls, and this time he's defensively forward, and he pushes it past the bowler, who fails to stop it. Can't be stopped at mid-off as well there, where I think either it's hit the fielder there, or he's certainly limping just a little bit, is Wasim, and he's gone. I think he's got shin pads on or something, but he's hurt himself. But could be a hamstring. Hope it isn't. Anyway, nothing much happened there. Just to check the field, it's changing now for the left-handed Jadeja, and there'll be the slip back in again. Backward point, extra cover, mid-wicket, and man behind on the onside single, and this time it's really painful to watch Wasim field that one. He's certainly just one of those innocuous things where you can injure yourself Sir Clive, isn't it?
Yes,
something to his left hamstring, I think.
I don't know. He probably just twisted his knee a little bit. I think he dived at the ball, so didn't get. Ewan's got a hand to it, but couldn't hold it. But it seemed to just hurt his. I don't know if it's his knee or his leg, actually.
Well, India 89 for 6. Shadab comes into bowl to Panjar, and it's just outside the off stump. And they think about a quick single here, and they're not going to get there. Ooh! He was sent back, Pandya there, and he got himself back before the bails were whipped off, and survived. Not the sort of thing I think they need to be doing at 89 for 6 at this stage of the match.
And this is not there wasn't a single there, actually. It was a very silly run, but he's back. Just got back there. It looks quite easily.
Yeah, it did in the end. Well, Pakistan really have dominated from the moment they lost the toss, and 338 for 4. And I know that there'll certainly be an inquest here if India don't get anything at all out of this game, particularly with that early wicket that they took from Bumrah, where Zaman was caught behind off a no ball. Changed the whole complexion of the game at that stage. Well,
I think too they realised if they bat first they had to get a fairly good total, and I'm sure that India didn't expect them to have such a large total. But there again, when they were bowling, they realised too that the Indian middle order hasn't been exposed in games that they've played, so if they'd knocked over a couple and they're into the middle, they would have a chance. And that's the exact thing that the situation that happened.
Well, we've just got a delay here because a change of bowling here at the Vauxhall end. It is in fact to be Imad Wasim, who just slightly tweaked his knee or something fielding in the last over. It's definitely his left knee, and he's a left armour, so it'll be the one that he follows through with, and he's had the physio out, who's now running back to the boundary, and we're going to see some left arm round the wicket to the left-handed Jadeja now. He's got a mid-wicket, man backward square, extra cover, mid-off, all saving a single, and it's just pushed neatly to the edge of the 30 yards and fielded there, but they come through safely for a run, and Jadeja goes on to 3, and India to 90 for 6 in this, the 20th over here at the Oval. The first time really there's nearly a hush around the ground. It's still virtually full, but I don't think the Indian fans can believe what they're seeing at the moment. Matt comes in and bowls. It's on the on stump. That's beautifully timed through at the mid-wicket area. They've gone for one. Are they going to get back for a second? I think they are. Swift work round on the boundary there by, I think that's the substitute fielder, actually, Ahmad Shehzad.
There's a nice little partnership going here, actually, and they're